Hello there, Aquarius. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Aquarius for September of 2019. 9 months are gone already into the year. It's unbelievable. Well, for all of you that are new, we pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. And then we'll pull an angel card to hopefully bring everything together here for us. Now, I am an empath, and so I have a speech pattern that I speak as if I'm you during the reading, so all Aquariuses get named Frankie for the time of this reading. Look at your moon sign and rising sign, you get a more comprehensive view of the month. The other thing is, I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as overall theme type energy. I have a short message for us before we begin, and it's like I need to get something right or to get it settled up. And it feels like with maybe people that are close to us, and we just can't quite get a handle on it. Get it settled up, get it settled up right. Now, if we have problems with doing that, what and we're too emotionally involved in it. That's the way I want to say it. If we're problems doing it, we're too emotionally involved in it, perhaps get some outside help from someone who just says it like it is or speaks straightforward, or become like the observer in that neutral state where I'm looking at the overall perspective of everything going on in order to have a more, like maybe objective viewpoint, you know. But it's about this settling. It could be in relationships, could be financial, could be work, career. I don't know where that message is going to be placed for you. But, if I can't do it by myself, remember that even though we are independent, we're Aquarius, sometimes we need others' perspective to help us. Everybody needs others, one way, shape, or form. Think about it. Even if I'm going to the grocery store, I need the person that checks me out, just that kind of energy. So if I have to get a little help, someone else to give me a different perspective, I'll go for it. Because we got some interesting energy going on in here with the words and with the actual cards that are laying here. We have surrender, enthusiasm, wisdom, intention, and celebration. And boy, we're going to get a surprise celebration in here. We got a surprise because I'm telling you, I stick these cards back in the deck every which way. I don't even pick them up and let them lay in the same thing. And we just got the same card as Capricorn. Now, now we know, even with, right? Here's a celebratory, even with our really weird message and the weird bit of cards here. Here we got the Nine of Cups energy. Celebrate, enthusiasm, set my intention. This, so no matter how these cards come up, we're getting whatever it is that we want out of it. That's the way I want to say it. This is the pip card. It's called the wish card. It's like the one of the best cards in the entire deck, this Nine of Cups. And I always think, look at this guy's cheeks. They're red, rosy. I think he drank all 9 of those cups behind him full of wine. But it's a card that indicates great happiness and joy and all of our dreams coming true. I told Capricorn too, and I'll tell you, it's like hitting the lottery and meeting Mr. or Mrs. Right all in the same exact day. There is nothing that can be negative about this card, and I'll explain that to you after I say the positives of it. So it's success and it's triumph over everything we would everything we would want for. Nine of Cups energy is when it comes in our reading, we ask the question, we really sit with it. What is it I want? What is it I want? Because the answer is we'll get it. So be very clear of what is it I want, because when this card's reversed, it's still not negative, but when it's reversed, the worst thing, right? And they are not saying read it as a negative. The worst thing that can come out of this card is that we refuse to believe in our own, like, good fortune, or we take a negative attitude, kind of, that could mess this up. Like, oh God, really, not me. So it can sometimes delay energy, uh, delay energetics is the way I want to put it, uh, things along that nature. So I'm going to tell you what they said to Capricorn. Sit with what I want. Okay, so I want a new house, right? What does that new house mean to me? How do I feel about it when I get it? What does it mean? To some of us, it could mean like, oh God, my life, I'd have more enthusiasm for my life. However that goes, I'd be much more enthusiastic if I didn't have to roll around where I am and be all cramped in. I'll be so happy, but it will give me freedom of movement, more time, because I'm not taking everything out of this cabinet, in order to get the one thing in the back, because I'll more space. So I get a feeling of what is I want. Does this new house bring me more time? Does this new house bring me freedom? Those kind of things. So go find what it is do I want, period. Not what I need, what is it I want? And that usually comes with a value, like time, freedom, energy, that type of thing. It almost always comes with a value and a feeling. Okay? So what is it I want? Not what is it I need. What is it I want? Usually when we get a need, we create more need, if that makes any sense, because we're coming from a place of uh, desperation and not from a right intent. That's the only way I can say it. It's a little hard to explain because needs are different. Like I need my boyfriend, girlfriend, my partner. I need them. Wouldn't you rather feel in that energy of I just want to be with you? I just want to be with you because I love you and I feel free and I can talk. That type of nice kind of energy, because it feels a little bothersome with that word surrender in here also. And the next few cards coming up, I know we need some kind of break from whatever this energetics is around what it is we need to settle up, because this is the Four of Cups, and this is a card of being in a state of apathy and withdrawal. But this could be a necessary rest from, oh, like the excitement that comes with the Three of Cups, celebration. That's what the Three of Cups energy is. It's a time when we need to get away by ourselves and just drift and dream for a little while before getting back into the daily grind is the way, like normal everyday affairs. It's a state of withdrawing our emotions from some type of situation. And that's what I think our original message was intending for us, like a situation or a person in our life. After like really intense involvement, we might need some space, just some space to be ourselves. It's the feeling of letdown after a big buildup, like in, what can I say that would equate with this, like the postpartum blues or a depressive type energy where we had to face the daily grind of ordinary life after it and we didn't want to do with it. So it's like dealing with all the little nitty gritty crap that we all go through in a marriage or a partnership or something like that, and we just want to get away. Now sometimes I see in this card, here's 3 cups. Look at the guy. He's sat so long just daydreaming that he grew ivy out his head, so his hair must be pretty darn dirty at this point. And up here is the hand of God coming out of the clouds, offering him a new thing, something even better and more wonderful. That's how I see it. So with that pip card, the wish card, what is it I want? I'm being given choice what to put in this card, or in this cup, not this card, in this cup. What am I going to fill this cup with? Because it's being offered to me through this 9 of Cups energy, and maybe these ones, I didn't want those ones anymore, and I'm daydreaming and drifting, and all of a sudden I get inspired, to fill that cup with what I want. That's how the energy feels. So we have the word intention in here. We have the word enthusiasm. We have this card that shows apathy or daydreaming, which could be meditating on what it is I want, to find the wisdom to surrender whatever it is I don't want or my need and fill with what I do want, clearly and truly, right? So it can feel like that. I can't place it in our lives. I wished I could a lot of times, but these are general readings. It's like, is this at work? And I had to get the heck away and take a day off, because we have 2 energies that are pretty similar to each other in this reading, and now we get this, then this is the 9 of Swords energy, and it's a card of like tension, like tension, unhappiness, regrets over past mistakes or past misfortunes. When we're unhappy and tense, in a tense state of mind, uh, whether the facts bear it out or not is how I want to say it, because sometimes what we fear, that old saying, what we fear the most never happens. To me, this card is the tiger's at the door, the tiger's at the door, and all my adrenaline's pumping up and pumping up. I don't want to open up the door, and I open up the door, and it's a kitty cat. So remember with this card, also, remember with this card, nines are completion. So whatever it is I was fearing is over because I got the wish card in here. So whatever it was that was worrisome to me or scaring me or haunting me, that kind of energy, is not worth the energy of staying up all night. This card is the card of the little guy in your head. Do you ever have that conversation? You wake up in the middle of the night, you're mad at somebody, so you're just carrying on, bitching, moaning, and what happens? They're home in bed sleeping. You're having an entire conversation. I should have said that. I should have said this. I should have done that. All that kind of energies flying around, and they're asleep. Can't have the argument anymore. So it's sometimes we're troubled by uh, bad dreams, fantasies of things that are bothersome to us, but wherever they're coming from, it's like an unknown factor. Some of them are deep rooted, but they're just trying to come to the surface to be recognized and resolved. So I don't see anything bad about it, but usually when we're torturing ourselves like this with this kind of energy, um, we're being like forced, is what they're saying, forced to change attitudes and beliefs. Sometimes from maybe there was a crisis circumstance around it, but however, I don't like being forced to change attitudes and beliefs. I like to change them myself. So maybe using that card of the Four of Cups energy here might be really valuable, because whatever change I was being forced to look at or wanted to make would make a forecast like a better future for me. And we have this Nine of Cups energy, so whatever I'm doing or changing or helping myself with means that all my whole future stuff is going to be better, and maybe even my present things. Whoops, I got angel cards stuck on my elbow here and I'm pulling it off of the table. Whatever it is, change it now, while we have the opportunity and the chance. Because the reason I'm saying it that way is because now we got another four energy, and that's the Four of Swords. So this card here is a card of like rest and respite after sorrow and misfortune. Sometimes like the Three of Swords energy. That heart with the three swords stabbed in it, that one really looks scary, doesn't it? So and it could be like rest and recuperation after surgery. These are sword cards, so I know all of us Aquariuses didn't have surgery, so you know, some of us may have. It could be because of that. It's a time of when we're working on our problems, like quietly and with faith, and we would feel the need for introspection and for solitude, and a necessary period of aloneness and contemplation in order to get a pretty solid, like, perspective on what happened and why it happened. This is a soldier coming in from the battle. But note, his swords are ready in case he has to go right back out into the battle. It can be a card of we have been in pain, and maybe that's the Nine of Swords energy, but now we're in the state of recovery, whether from emotional upheaval, physical upheaval. Those cards can go just exactly like that, but we are recovering from it, so we're resting, we're taking the time out, um, thinking things through, planning our next moves more wisely. So it's a card of the calm after the storm, a time of just going away, like exiling ourselves away from other people. Maybe we'll take an extended vacation, enough's enough, or just to a quiet, maybe extended vacation to a quiet place, to get away from other people for a little bit, because sword energy is us, you know, and maybe we just need a little bit of time. Um, it's a card of being like monastic, and during the time of this R&R, rest and respite, right? We need to think, plan, and reevaluate what we were doing before any type of crisis that we went through hit. So it's a time of getting inner our inner house is how they want me to say it, getting our inner house in order. And that's a nice energy. So both of them are telling us, both cards are telling us we need time out, we need time alone to think this month, and we do need others. If we do need others and we have something on our minds that is bothering us, Maybe there's some straight shooter to help us think it through, help us figure it out, you know. But take the time. I don't know why they're saying that, but we have two cards like that because we're going to get the right thing, what we want and what we wish for. So take the time. That's exactly what they're saying. Surrender. Wave the white flag. We need the time to do some type of evaluation, or maybe it's just to think about what is it we really wish for. You know, what is it we really wish for? Because our next card here, we have another cup energy. So there's 3 cups in here. That's emotional energy. And 2 swords cards, which are thoughts, thought forms. I love the Page of Cups energy. This is be male or female, and it's going to be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces type energy. Could be some, if it's another person, someone younger than us, like one of our kids or things like that. It could be if what we had it could be we had a breakup, and this is, you know, part and parcel of it, and it could be a new energies coming into us in the form of a partner or whatever. I love him because look at him. He looks at that like the magician with the pulling the rabbit out of the hat. He's got the fish in the cup. So he approves of what he has produced. He's in awe of it, he or she. It can be young, like I said, it could be a son, a daughter, maybe a younger sibling, sometimes. But these are general readings. They would be bringing us a message about love. So if it's someone outside of us, it may be a new partner bringing us a message about love, or it could mean an engagement, a wedding, some type of situation where there's inherent emotional risk. Okay? The circumstances can be like really, really exciting, but they're scary at the same time because he's surprised by his little fish coming out of there. Like it's like when someone does a sudden elopement or a sudden proposal, or my kid comes home and says, guess what, Mom, I'm getting married tomorrow, or guess what, Mom, I got married yesterday. It's that comes with the unexpected, surprising type energy. If it's us, actually, if it is us, and we have the word intention, enthusiasm, celebration down here. So if it is us, there's an idea that we've already decided to take an emotional risk on, okay? And we aren't interested in being dissuaded. End of the story. This is my plan, my path, my idea, and I'm sticking to it. So, the energy of the card is we know it's going to work out. So it's very confident. It's like this 9 of Cups energy. We're going to do it no matter what. We just need a little break, a time away because of all this psychological energy that goes with this 9 of Swords. You know, like mulling things over and all that kind of thing. So we're going to do it no matter what. I wish I could tell you maybe change a job, maybe get a whole entire new career path, a new love relationship, something like that, you know, or maybe we were wishing our child was going to move out, and it's like, yes, and they got a good job too, you know, because they've been worrying me to death with all these other energies keeping me up and putting me into that state of apathy where I'm withdrawn and growing ivy out my head. It'll be all different types of situations for us. Some of us may be just simply in a recovery thing going on, and get that energetics back, right? Where we can create, and we are free, and we figured out what we wanted, and we're a clear slate is what they want me to say, and we're a clear slate now, okay? And I feel like it's all right and good for us. Right and good. Wow, that's interesting. Let your past go. Let your past go. I've never pulled that card before. That's really neat. There is something in here going on. I don't know the dynamics, but with that word surrender in there, there's an interesting dynamics. We can't change or get that wisdom unless we take the time away to explain to us what we need to do. It says you receive this card because your thoughts and feelings about the past are, and that's the Nine of Swords energy too. It's a past thing that I'm rehashing type energy. A past are holding you back. You are repeating a pattern because of unfinished emotion from your past. This card is a sign to forgive, move on, and to stop painful patterns. Doesn't mean that you need to be with the person you've forgiven. It simply means that you've let toxic feelings go in exchange for peace. That's a nice way to put that. Approach a new situation or a relationship with a positive expectation. That's the Page of Cups energy. Avoid routines. Speak to a counselor or support group or that outspoken person that can help you tell it like it is. Forgive those who hurt you. Forgive yourself. The worst is now behind you. Keep your thoughts about this situation high and bright. And the 9 is a card of completion. That is an interesting reading, Aquarius. You all going to have to tell me how it works out. Well, Aquarius, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell all of you thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. Anybody wants to know more about me or Neb about me, all of the information's in the About section below the screen at the website, or if you need to make an appointment with me, all of the information to do that is over at the website, and that's down below the screen. There's 2 short videos over at the website that explain the prayer class and sutra class to you. They're like 5 minutes long. Prayer class explains to you how and why you format prayers and in the way you do, and it's comprehensive. It's like 2.5 hour long class. Sutras are simple thought forms you put in a easy meditation that takes 5 minutes a day, enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. So to all of you that I've met through 3 whole years of YouTube videos, and everybody I've met through 31 years of this work, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to see you and serve you. And hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.